everybody, welcome back to this YouTube channel. Today I wanted to breach over the topic of orchestra auditions. Without getting too technical, the way an orchestra audition works is, of course, it has to be posted up first, then you decide to apply for it. Usually there is a one-page CV or resume requirement, then sometimes there is a motivational letter, and then other times, which is very rare these days, is the pre-selection tape. On top of that, you apply, you're one of the, I don't know, however many applicants for an orchestra position, and then you wait to get a call back. It kind of brings me back to a point that I want to make about how the callbacks are actually very late, and for how lucrative the orchestra jobs are. One has to realize that there are a lot of applicants, and a lot of them are from international places. So these very late callbacks often frustrate me a lot because travel costs, for example, like, of course, if I was to book a train ticket or whatever else to get to this audition, if I book it a week before, of course it's going to be more expensive. 2 weeks, a month before, not so expensive. It's very confusing because from one side, they give you the orchestral excerpts a month before, or sometimes way in advance, but then you don't get a call back until like a week before, when you're just like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, okay, if you're dedicated and if you're going to really like set on, I'm taking every audition, then are you just going to fork out, like, I don't know how much money it's going to cost? Are you willing to do that? So that's a big thing you have to consider if you want to be part of the auditioning route. And then on top of that, I actually don't like how certain players are put in advanced rounds, such as second and third round, rather than starting everybody on the same, which is pre-selection first, second, and third. And the reason why I don't like it, and the main reason I am recording this and talking about orchestra auditions, is I actually think that orchestra auditions and the way we do them these days are very outdated. It is really evident that whoever is put into the pre-selection rounds, they're the less experienced ones, blah blah, not worthy, so to say, of the second and third round. But one thing that happens in those pre-selection rounds is that we actually play behind a screen. So there's a complete black screen, and you go in the hall or wherever they have you play, and you just have to play, which is also fine. I don't mind it, but I don't like having the screen, because I think that is a fake representation of like equality, or that the judges, that whoever is listening behind the curtain, don't get favorites or whatever. And you know, it's like no, I think we have to let go of that screen, because in my opinion, you've already selected certain players to be put into second and third round, yet you're putting a screen for the people that are in the pre-selections round. So if you were super honest with yourself as a selection committee of an orchestra, and you were to say that everybody will be treated equally, and no matter whose student you are or which orchestras you've played in, everybody would be put into the pre-selection round, because this way, I'm sorry, but you're just not being fair. You're just being very kind of like condescending, it feels like, when you have to play behind a screen, when you know that like whoever else was selected to play through second and third round, where they don't have to play behind a screen. The one big thing with the screen is that it actually, like, it disturbs quite a lot of the sound. It's not the real setting. Any input from the acoustics, you don't get to hear what it sounds like, and I actually don't think that is a very fair way to classify musicians or to have them play. It has been on my mind that I think we're just lying to ourselves. I can see through it a little bit, and I'm like, no, don't force me to play behind a screen when I know that you know whoever is auditioning for second and third round already. So you're not really guaranteeing my privacy. Or by all means, go and do auditions, go take auditions, and but just be aware that these things exist and that sadly, I don't know how much transparency there is or there isn't in these orchestra auditions and who gets called back and who doesn't, because I just feel, as much as I love my job and as much as I love my career field, I just feel like when it comes to orchestra auditions, it's just picking the lottery. It's also whoever is on the jury that day, whoever likes you, whoever doesn't like you, however you sound that day, you just, everything has to go your way. And in such a small music world, do we really need the black screen to play auditions? But I don't know. I don't think so. And I think it's about time that we are honest to ourselves about these auditions and that we start changing it a bit to represent more of the reality of the situation. If you have seen anything that you like or you would like to see more of this, hit that subscribe button and the like button, the bell. And I hope to see you again. Bye.